Howdy, partner. That is a lot of purple. Hello, welcome to the stream. There's also a lot of purple in chat because the ranking system that they added. Just gonna be doing some creative planning right now. Yeah, nobody said skibbity riz until you got here. You're starting it early. It's the earliest you've been in a stream. Alright, hopefully everything is working properly. Let's see. Hopefully there's no technological issues this stream. No, I'm not using the wrong mic. As far as I know. Is it too loud? Hold on. I might have to change the mic volume level a little bit. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, maybe my cat bumped into the gain. Hold on, I'm gonna change it. Hold on a second. Why does it sound so weird? Okay, there is a technological issue. Hold on. 1 second. I'm lowering the gain and it's just not really doing anything, so it's very weird. Like I'm... Okay. It's... For some reason the gain is just not really changing at all. Does this sound slightly better? You can hear my Wi-Fi. I think that's just the music. Okay, for some reason the gain was just set super weird. I don't know why. I didn't do anything. I haven't changed my mic settings, so it's just weird. I don't know what happened. Probably turn it down a little bit more. Sorry. Alright, hold on a second. Got Minecraft up now. Gotta turn the music volume down a little bit. It's blasting my eardrums. I'm doing good, Mom man. How you doing? Alright, you can get a better look at the purple stuff that I've been building. The views are down a little bit. I'm trying to do something a little bit bigger than the other videos. Yeah, Mr. Mailman. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it purple. I've been creating these... I've been like carving out the cliffs by hand a little bit to get the vibe that I want. I also downloaded this new mod. Yeah, it looks like an eggplant. I get it. I downloaded this mod that extends the render distance. It's a pretty cool mod. The fog looks a little bit weird, but I'm still just messing with it. I do want to show something that I made in the blueprints over here. I'm going to put this thing, this skull, which is absolutely massive now that I look at it, like right here to make like a Skull Island looking thing. I think it's going to look cool. It's a little laggy now that I'm streaming. I might have to turn the mod off. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like that actually. I'm just going to leave it like that. What's up, Ludo? Just started. There was a technological issue like there always is when I'm live streaming, but other than that, it's been pretty good. Honestly, the first time making like a human looking organic thing like that, like a skull, and it turned out pretty nice. It's not perfect, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it looking perfect. Right now I'm just making some cliffs, trying to make up here look a bit more interesting. You guys gotta guess what this build's even gonna be. It's gonna have some function to it. It's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be an iron farm. I think like another portal would also be cool, but I'd rather build like a cool iron farm. I do want to do some sort of cool redstone. Not redstone, but you know how like the eyes of like the skull right there? I want the iron to like flow out of it into maybe some like hoppers down here or something. I don't know. I want to create like a cool auto storage system for the iron. I think that would be a pretty cool touch to it. Yeah, most iron farm looking mountain. That makes sense. The iron farm's gonna be in the head, the skull area. Yeah, auto crafter would be pretty nice. Got to figure out how to use that thing. I've never crafted the auto crafter in game. It's a really cool block though. I have to use it more, like even just for building. You're scared to use it. It's gonna like start crafting like withers. Just auto crafting a wither. I should do that. Aspen trees, that could be a cool thing to do. I've been very inspired to make like a custom forest, but I can't really do that in this world. Like I really want to build a custom forest. When I go outside, I just look at trees. I like trees. Leave a like on the stream if you like looking at trees. It's like my favorite thing to do. I do need to actually make some custom trees for this world though. I haven't made like any palm trees or anything other than like the island that's over there, but that was for the thumbnail. There's a new survival world coming. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. It'll be once this world's over, I think, just so I can focus on one world at a time. But there is one coming, and I'm excited about it. Underground magic forest. That'd be pretty cool. The new Tyler album. I'm assuming you're talking about like Tyler the Creator. I'm honestly not a big fan of his music. I don't know. Just not my style of music. This song is sad. They got like all the string instruments playing, dude. They're making this stream sad. I gotta skip this one. It's supposed to be a good time in here. I'm building cliffs. Now it sounds like we're on a farm. Something that just happened. Like a lot of creators use epidemic sounds, and I switched from Artlist because Artlist just doesn't have the type of sound that I want to go for, and it was a little bit more expensive. For some reason, epidemic sounds, there's this thing that automatically selects where it does the yearly subscription plan. And it just charged me like $120 because I didn't uncheck the yearly subscription thing. Just got charged for so many clams. Didn't even mean to. I do not listen to Jack Johnson. What is that? Yeah, don't have to worry about it for a year. It technically saves me like... It like charges almost double if you do just the monthly subscription. So it technically saves me money, but it's also $120 now that I wasn't expecting. Maybe it's a tax write-off. I don't know if you can use music in the videos as a tax write-off. Add some goats. Perhaps. Just don't know where I'd find goats on the island. This would be like a perfect series to do if they added the crabs to the game. But instead we got armadillos that nobody even like remembers that it exists. Anyway, like what I'm doing now, like I use the brush tool to make these cliffs. And kind of like what I like doing when I'm making cliffs is to not make them so smooth, but instead like make them more jagged like this. Because right now they're like super smooth. I kind of like making them look less smooth. Create more blocky shapes in it. I'm excited to start my new main hardcore world. And I also think, like, I think people would be way more interested in watching that than watching this island survival thing. I don't know that people really like this world that much. It's fine, though. It's no big deal. I'm thinking I'll see what I do in 500 days. I think I should be able to transform the island in 500 days, so I think I might just go for that long. I have some other stuff planned out. But ideally just the entire island will be transformed by then. But it might last a little bit longer. Maybe like 600. I think I've survived like 120 so far, so I have like 4 times the amount. I don't know. It might go past 500. I don't know. I don't think I want to do anything super complicated, though. And it is like such a small area, so we'll see. I did download like Ortho Camera, or the Ortho mod, and it's going to look really cool once the island is completely transformed. I don't know why there's like a fault line in the middle. Okay. Like, dude, the thumbnail, like this, would go crazy. Oh, hold on. What button did I press? Oh, I'm on free cam. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely, it's a nice change, like, for sure. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing like the exact same build style and stuff. I'm getting out, like, doing different stuff. So I do like this world. It's a cool little mini project to work on. I would set yourself a goal. Well, you want from the island instead of a time frame, like stop the world once the island is transformed instead of only going to 500. Yeah. I thought I was going to start the hardcore world sooner. So my goal still is to transform the entire island. So maybe I'll change the intro. Instead of saying 500 days, I don't even know why I, like, until the island is transformed. So up here, actually, I'm making it really jagged up here. I'm thinking I might put a castle up here. I don't know. I think a castle would be cool, so I might actually remove this part. Like, I want to keep that, but I might remove this one. These, like, purple parts right here. Culture World 26, maybe later. Probably later. Wonder if you watch videos out of their country. A French guy with a 12,000 day forever world. I just don't think I get recommended stuff like that, but not really. I can learn French and just become a French Minecrafter. I don't think this is the best way of removing this, but it's fun. Okay, how do I... Okay, that's not what I wanted. Stop it. Okay. You know what? It's always a struggle here. It's always a struggle. Yeah, I think a castle up here would be really cool, though. And that could be like another video. Just putting a castle up here. Unless I just do it all in one video. That'd be kind of insane. Maybe instead of the iron farm going in the skull thing, it'll go in the castle that would be up here. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know if I want to, you know, I don't know if I want to like bite off more than I can chew, you know what I mean? Don't want to do too much and then this video take like a month to get out. Love your building style. Reminds me of my own building style. Can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you. You gotta send some of your builds in the Discord so I can see them. Then we'll really know who's better. I'm joking. I think this looks cool though. It's a little like messy up here. I don't like how messy it is. So I guess my plan for this is I'm gonna have the city is going to be expanded a little bit more around here, and then I'm going to put maybe some more cliffs or like mountains in like the middle of the island, I think, and then a beach out here with maybe like a little farming area. It's kind of my plan for the island. I should probably draw it out and plan it out, because there's not a ton of space. It's been a while since you were fine. How were you finding the full-time YouTube? It's pretty nice. It's definitely a very different lifestyle, but I've been enjoying it. Have a lot more time to plan builds, so I feel like I'm getting better as a builder, and also I'm not stressed out about getting videos out on time and just actually being able to do this stuff without the stress of, yeah, like that time crunch of also working a job, because that was very stressful. So it's nice to have like time to myself that's not just Minecraft and work. So thank you guys for supporting the channel and making it so I can actually do this full time for the time being. Especially you, Giraffe. You're here every day. Not every day, but you're first every week. What about a roller coaster on a mountain? That could be kind of cool. Like a little, like a minecart that goes up and down. What's up, Herkimer Jones? How you doing? I wouldn't say it's better or worse than what I expected. I'd say it's about what I expected. But I guess there's like different struggles that you run into when you're doing this just every day, full time. Not every day, but you know, there's definitely some different struggles that you kind of learn exist. Like, instead of like underworking, maybe like overworking. Like you don't realize you spend, like one day I spent like 16 hours just doing this when I was first doing it, and I didn't really think about it. It was just what I wanted to do. But like for me, even though I do this as, you know, full-time income right now, it's still kind of what I want to be doing even in my free time sometimes, which is nice. So I'm not really feeling any burnout or anything, which is good. Because you never really know, I guess, until something's full-time, whether or not you're really going to like it as a job. Also, I don't know why there's like a glitched thing up there. I don't know what that is. Yeah, like sometimes it doesn't feel like work. It does now. Like it doesn't feel like work in like a bad way, but I don't think I'm overworking myself now. I have a pretty strict schedule. Like usually it's kind of like tied into like my girlfriend's work schedule. She gets home and I kind of just get off the Minecraft for the day. So I got myself a schedule now, and I think it's helping. I just don't know if... I think the main reason the Island series isn't doing as good is a lot of people are touching grass right now because it's July. But also, I think people like bigger projects, and I've kind of been doing small projects in the world, and I think people just prefer a more traditional build style than what I'm doing currently. I guess people just aren't as interested in it. But I'm not like 100% sure if there's like a correlation or if views are just down. I don't really know. I think this is looking good though. I like how like steep it is because it feels like piratey, I guess. It's very tall though. Extremely tall. I don't know how I'm going to do this in one episode, but it's fine. It's fine. Hopefully people click on the video this time. Imagine. So though I might honestly just do one half of the cliff and then do this in a different episode. Maybe. We'll see. So what I could do is do half of the cliff for the Iron Farm episode, and then the other half of the cliff maybe for like a castle episode. I think that'd be a good idea. And then I'm gonna have to make a path up to the castle for sure. I think that'd be fun. I think that's the plan. What's up, Mystic? What's up, Amir? How you guys doing? Yeah, so I guess the next step now is to select all of that. And then auto shade. I've been using auto shade more because I learned how it works. If you go to custom, so this is kind of like what I learned from watching Fwip, and then there's this Calvin guy. This is kind of how they do their cliffs, or their auto shading. Try to do something like that, I don't know. See if those percentages work. Oh yeah, I did see your tattoo. I'd have to look at it again. Is that your first one? Let's see how this works. So sun position here. Auto shading is honestly a pretty good tool once you learn how it works. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh. Now that looks pretty cool. Yeah, what I've heard is a lot of people with their first tattoo isn't really as bad. I guess it's like once you get more of them. I don't know though. I think this looks pretty sick though with the shading. Ooh, I really like that. Looks weird now that it's just black and white. But I think it's looking pretty sick, actually. Now I just got to go through and fix this up a little bit. I've never had a tattoo, though. I don't know if or when I'm going to get one. I'm not, like, 100% against getting one. But I'm not planning on it right now. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens. Okay, actually, I might just leave it how it is. Dude, this is a very intense song. I don't even know if you guys can... You guys should be able to hear it. I don't know if the music is super loud. Go through here, add just a little bit more texture, though, using the paintbrush tool. Just add in some streaks of texture, I think. Make it look more interesting. Yeah, I feel like getting a tattoo would be very strange feeling. If I got any, they'd be like small tattoos. I don't think I'd go for anything crazy. You plan on getting more of them though? Or is it just the one? Okay, we'll see what this looks like. So I guess what you can do now is go to the noise painter. I've kind of liked using the Warley one because it has like a very cool looking texture to it. So I think I'm gonna try to use that on these cliffs. Let's see what that looks like. And then if you go to tool mask, you can do block. We'll do the shadows first. And then you can we'll do I don't know if I want to do black, so I'll just do deep slate as the dark block. See what this looks like. I do not stream on Twitch. I should probably start doing that. I think especially if I ever develop a actual stream schedule, that's something that I'm gonna have to do. We'll see what happens though. Now I can select gray. I think I'm gonna use tough. I wish I had acacia, like really bad. I really need acacia. Let's see. I don't know what other block would work though. Let's see if this works. We'll do mostly tough. How do you even change the biome? What does that even do, changing the biome? Is that useful for what I'm doing? I've just never really like touched Twitch is kind of the thing. I don't really use Twitch as a platform for anything. Okay, so for this, little bit of cobblestone, mostly andesite and normal stone, I think. See what this looks like. I think these cliffs are gonna look really cool though. Probably could add more of that light gray tone in here, but I would just do that afterwards. Okay. I feel like changing the biome would be mostly useful for a creative building. But I'm gonna be putting this in my survival world, so I don't know. This is gonna be an iron farm. It's gonna be an iron farm build. I'm gonna put like a skull right here with an iron farm in it. Right now I'm just building up cliffs to where just terraforming some cliffs, I guess. Let me see. I think it goes dark blocks first. So let me do some more andesite. These are gonna be some very light colored cliffs. I kind of like it though. That's not 100%, obviously, so let me... Very light colored cliffs. I don't know, does that look cool though? I kind of like that. I also kind of like how it's textured too. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? Put the hardcore world for free like the download? Probably not, since it's already a channel membership thing. There is going to be like, on my, because I have a Patreon now, there is just like access to just downloading the, what is it, like the world download. If you like, it's just like a one-time purchase thing. I kind of like the light colored cliffs though. There's a lot of light gray wool and concrete powder that's going to be needed. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm also not sure if for like the pirate theme, if light colored cliffs would look better or something darker. I don't know, what do you guys think? Because I could definitely go a little bit darker on the cliffs. That's some ocean. I think that's cool though. Kind of looks different from what I did over here already. Over here is darker. Yeah, well, let me put that skull in here. I think if I clear the mask, put this in. We got an epic song playing right now. Oop. Hopefully this works, actually. That's pretty cool looking. Yeah, because the skull, like, fits in. The skull's, like, very light colored. I think what I'm going to have to do, actually, is change the coloring of the skull and make it, like, more lighter. Because it blends in a lot. Or the cliff's darker. I think I was thinking of making the cliffs darker initially. That looks pretty cool, though. I think that looks pretty awesome. And then like opens up into here. That's pretty cool looking. Yeah, I think the top of the skull, I want to make it grassy and overgrown, definitely. I'm thinking though, I might have to make the cliffs darker. So let me actually see what this would look like. if I go to the noise painter again, but add in darker colored. That looks doesn't that look good? How good does that look? Looks awful. Oh, it's because I don't have the mask on. Well, that would certainly help. It still looks pretty bad. I think I kind of just like how it looks. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Easton, what I was thinking actually of doing is making water go down the eyes and having like a the stream of iron from the iron farm go from there, but maybe just vegetation would look cool too. I do want to do something like that though. Let's do stone. Whoa, and then light gray concrete powder again. I don't know what other block would go in this mix. I want to do a little bit more stone though. And then less of those highlights. I don't know. Let me see. Turn the octaves up to 8 and see what that looks like. Turn the gain. I don't know. I still like that. I don't know if I love it though. Change it from Warley to Meta Ball maybe? Thinking that might look a little bit better. And then change the range up, the octaves up to 8 or 7. I don't even know exactly what I'm doing here. It's extremely laggy. Oh, actually, I forgot andesite in here. So I can definitely add another block to this mix. That would save me some resources. Okay. What's up, Maggie? How you doing? Yes, exactly. Just gotta experiment. I think that's looking cool, though. I'm thinking the issue, though, is there's not enough shadows in here, if that makes sense. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is actually just go back to the beginning before it was shaded. Okay, just like that. Clear that. Actually, no, I should be able to select this. I think the issue is just there's not enough shadows. Maggie, what are you dude, what are you talking about, man? You're not allowed to do that. You're a Minecraft YouTuber. Let me do 60 on that, maybe? I feel like it was pretty high. That'll be lower. What's up, Jets Nation? How you doing? Okay, no, I can auto shade now. Let's see what this looks like. That's incredibly messy. Think I need to go down a little bit on this. Probably go down a little bit on this as well. Okay. How does this look? It's very noisy. But I think that'll be fine. I think maybe adding in a little bit more of that highlight would look better. Just like that. I think that's good. Well, the white's not going to stay there, is it now? No, I'm joking. I increased it up a little bit more. I'm joking, okay? But, I think that looks good now. Now let me go to the noise painter. Let me start with the black concrete again. I don't know of any other like dark blocks I can use other than deep slate. I mean, I could go with blackstone, but I think that'd be too dark. Joined the world tour? Good, good. First world tour. I didn't know if it was good or not. Yes, too many chest monsters. I've learned though. Early when I was doing this, I was too focused on getting videos out as quickly as possible, and I didn't really organize anything as I went, which wasn't good. Wasn't good practice. Okay. I really need acacia. I need acacia wood so bad. It's like that perfect other block to put in here. Instead I have to use just tough. There's like that transition from tough to acacia is a little bit, is like so much better than just going from straight up deep slate to tough. Even if I had like pale moss or like the actual pale wood, it looks so much better. $2035, I should still have the world. I would at least have the world downloads available still. So don't worry about that. Let's see, I add cobblestone, andesite, stone. Actually I think maybe the actual light gray part needs to be a little bit bigger. We'll see what this looks like. Still learning Axiom. What's up, Claire? What's up? I'm Mazo. May? I'll just call you May. How do you come up with build ideas? I'm low-key good at building, but I can't find something to build. Like the actual concept, I guess it depends on what the actual main style you're going for would be. Like, for me, I just looked up inspiration for like an island, like piratey themed stuff, and that's kind of where I went from there. If you're just doing traditional medieval stuff, just build simple castles, you know, very simple castles. You know, like a barn. Just whatever makes sense for your in-game progression, but also what, oh my god, that song blasted and it was so loud. Would also like you have inspiration to build at the time. So like, I guess the first thing you gotta ask yourself is what type of build you need at that time, like an iron farm or something like that, and then just come up with a cool build idea specifically for what you want to build at that time, like a automatic, like an auto smelter or something. Terraforming is just something you got to learn from doing it. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. We do. I don't even remember what I just said like 5 seconds ago, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Pinterest is good to use if you just want like actual inspiration. I think there needs to be more tuff in these cliffs. It's taking a while to figure this out. This is not good. I think I'm gonna have to redo the auto shade again. So let me put that down. Auto shade like that, to where that gray is the main part, and then the white is a little bit less common. I think that'll look better. You know, practice is literally just the best thing for like every aspect of building. Like coming up with ideas, block palettes, everything like that. Let's see. I think this looks good though. The seed is called the Void. I'm gonna just type it in chat real quick. Oh, screen's gonna go black for a second. That's the seed right there. Axiom is difficult. If you're not good with Axiom, don't worry about it. Like, it takes a lot of practice to learn Axiom. So if you're learning how to build, don't try to copy exactly what I'm doing right now. Just go start smaller and learn from like smaller scales. Think about it, like I do this every day for many hours, and I've been building even before I started doing YouTube for many hours every day as well. At times. Also, there's a lot of tutorials on how to use Axiom. I would definitely recommend using those. Okay, so now I got a little bit more tuff in here. That's good. Let's up that percentage though. If you're trying to learn Axiom though, Calvin is a good person to learn from. Honestly, like the main way I learn how to do anything is just practice. Just trial and error, really. I don't know what song this is. It's very interesting. Like, I used to just mess around in Photoshop every day. And I got pretty good at using Photoshop. Calvin, I don't know about the PvP god. Calvin does like Axiom tutorials and builds and stuff. I don't know if it's the same person. Could be though. What happens? What would it look like if I add clay into the mix? Ooh. Is that too light colored? Okay, I don't think they're the same person. I should hop on a game of Bed Wars right now and show you guys how good I am at PvP. I don't think this is getting any better looking. It honestly just looks the same. I'm gonna have to go through and add in some more deep slate myself, I think, to make it look better. I don't think that looks bad though. Oh, I don't know. This is taking me forever to figure this out. So you're trying to learn Axiom. All right. Sometimes it takes time like this. So you just got to continue going over again, like over and over, building something up until it looks good. I might add some basalt, Jeffrix. What's up, Future Mindset? Yeah, I'm definitely learning Axiom every stream. This song. If anybody out there has actually learned anything from me, that'd be a shocker. You guys learned what not to do from me, and that's valuable. Yeah, exactly. My PC was like 1500, I think, for like the actual PC. It's like a mid-tier computer. Built it up a few years ago. I gotta upgrade my computer. I mean, I don't need to. I'm doing fine. But I would like it to be upgraded. I think that's going to be like the next purchase. I don't know if I'm going to get a completely new computer or if I'm going to just start buying more like new parts. I don't know. What's up, Midwinter? How you doing? I feel like there's too much right here though now. you one of the YouTubers that has a void world to build trees and other things in? Like a super flat world? I do have a super flat world. I don't build much in it though, but I'm starting to build more into the super flat world. Actually, let me take a little visit over to the super flat world real quick. Gonna take a trip to Europe next summer? That sounds fun. I'm starting to make a tree grid. I'm building some like oak trees because of a forest that I've wanted to build up recently, because I really want to try to make custom trees, and these are like oh wait, I don't have my texture packs on. Oh, actually I want to show off some of the texture packs that I have. Hold on. So I need fresh animations back on. I just recently updated my mods, so this is why things are a little funky right now. I don't remember what... Okay, variated dirt I'll have on. Gotta get that flips foliage upgrades on, of course. Okay. I don't know what's up with the bookshelves in one of these texture packs, but let's go to like armor. I think this is the right one. If I go to like diamond armor, I downloaded this texture pack that I'm going to use in the next episode that gives me like a pirate armor. And then if I go to sword, it's not even called sword, it's called cutlass now. I don't know if I'm going to keep the sword texture. It looks very bad, to be honest. But yeah. I thought there was a different one. There's also this one. I'm going to work on it a little bit before I start the next video, though, because there's some things that don't look too good. Like this one, if you go to like the bow, instead of it being a bow, it's a pistol, but for some reason the texture's not working on this version. So I guess that's a no. Oh, it still doesn't work. That's fine. I'll remove it. I'll see if there's an updated version of it or something. Oh. Oh wait, no, that's something with the flip foliage pack. Okay, hold on. Maybe it was this one. For some reason, the bow texture gets removed when I use his foliage pack sometimes. So I think this is the updated one. Okay. Getting sidetracked here. Now we'll see if the pistol texture will load. Yeah. This is the bow texture. It even like does the sound. So that's fun. But yeah, these are some like custom oak trees that I'm working on because I want to build a custom forest. But I want to try to make it like I want to try to add different types of trees. So these ones are like skinnier because they'd be closer together in like a middle of a forest, so they have to go more upwards to get sunlight. And then this one's kind of like a smaller version of that. So I'm going to make a group of these, and then some of the more traditional ones like this that are kind of getting more sunlight from all around. That'd be more on their own, I guess. Trying to come up with different oak tree designs though. But yeah, in this, I built up the skull in this world though. And then this boat and this boat. Trying to, it's... What happened here? Huh? I must have accidentally erased something using a brush. That's not good. Also, look at this chandelier design. I cannot wait to use this. Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? Anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna start using this world more, though. I think it'll help me get more assets, get stuff that I can reuse easier. loading the world's gonna take a second. There's a super cool data pack that spawns some pirate boats that have pillagers. That's cool. New hardcore soon? Not soon, but yes. Thoughts about Modrinth? Modrinth is good. Actually, again, I just updated all my mods. I just used Modrinth for it. I like Modrinth. I'm not on the newest version, but I'm on 1.21.7. So I got the new ghast and stuff. I don't really know much about trees. I just, there's this guy, what is it, Sir Bobbert Ross or something, who kind of gave me that idea of trying to build different trees based on where they would find, like, sunlight. Or, like, different types of oak trees that are in different regions of the world, maybe. Coal ore could be cool. I'd have to go and find some. I don't know how difficult that would be to get a bunch of that at the stage I am in the game. But that's definitely a good idea. Might just be a little tough to get that much coal ore, so I'd have to go a little bit easy on it. That could be a cool block to use. Oh my, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do for my next hardcore world is I'm going to do like a hardcore world, but if I die, I think I might end up just keeping the world and making it a forever world. But I'm gonna start the world by saying it's a hardcore world. But if I die, I don't think I'm gonna delete it, because I think a lot of people too, like, they don't care as much about the early game Minecraft. Oh my god, it's lagging. Like, a lot of people like watching a world grow and continue. I might have to restart my game. It's very laggy now. Oh my. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to restart Minecraft real quick. Why I just don't have a survival? Like normal survival? I just like hardcore Minecraft. I think it's the best way to play Minecraft. But also, I want to keep a world and not have to stress about dying, so I'm going to mix both of them together. Right now I'm working on an iron farm. Making some cliffs, trying to texture them up. But my game's laggy, so I'm restarting the game real quick. The stream isn't crashing, alright. Actually, that issue was fixed a little bit ago. I don't know what happened. But the actual, like, crashing issue was fixed, because that was like a computer issue I had. I don't know what caused it or what fixed it, but that's kind of over. This is just like Minecraft. I don't know about you guys, but Minecraft for me, once you've had it open, because I've had it open like all day, eventually you kind of just have to restart it. It kind of starts getting laggy. I don't know if it's something to do with like CPU or RAM or something. It's really laggy right now though. Okay, let's see. What's up, Pedro from Brazil? The mod list on Discord is pretty much updated. I don't have the actual link to the version that I'm on, but the mod list is updated. I actually think there's some mods that are on the mod list that I don't have for this version. So it's not like 100% updated, but for the most part it is. Okay. If anything, the big projects creative planning wise is actually a little bit more difficult when I stream. I feel like I'm more productive when I'm not streaming in terms of creative planning. But when it comes to the survival aspect of like large scale terraforming like I did for the river, that stuff is much easier to do when I'm streaming. Something like this though is a little difficult. Not difficult, but like I tend to be less productive when I am streaming. As you can tell, like I've made like no progress on this build. That's why, like, a lot of the times, especially if I'm just starting a project, like I already had a pretty good amount of this done. It's because I just wanted to get it started and then stream once I actually knew what I was doing. So it could be much worse. Yeah, you guys are extremely entertaining. You guys keep me distracted. Yeah, Marvin, that's like somebody, I think last live stream was talking about an end survival, or like an end storage room. I mean, I guess it makes some sense, but I don't know. I like having my storage room split. My day's been good. Finnegan, how's your day? No voice cracks. It's crazy. I got water. Oh, so you're gonna jinx that. I'm gonna have a voice crack in like a second and a half, so I can already know you're gonna jinx it. I'll say my computer's a little laggy right now. Like Axiom, the interface is lagging and I don't really know why. Okay, let's see. Technically, I have my render distance at like 90 right now, so maybe that's the mod. Maybe it's the texture pack that I'm using, actually. Let me remove that real quick. Oh, I didn't mean to exit out of the world, but I do that. Oh my. Preview looks like a skull in Axiom right there. The preview. This kind of actually. It does. This is perfect. I'll keep it like that. That is so true. So if I was in a more established world, I'd probably just use basalt as a texture block, but I really don't feel like going and getting basalt. I don't want to die. Sounds dangerous and painful. I really am just missing the acacia, the old acacia block. That's the block that I'm missing the most here. Okay. Where actually would, if I was going into the gradient, if I go from tough to light gray concrete powder, where's the gradient helper? Where would coal ore go on here? Is it darker than cobblestone? I could also use some coral blocks. Maybe I'll do that. Or maybe I'll use a furnace. Okay. Let me see what this gradient looks like, actually. What's up, hotshots? Forgot to check chat for a second. I was way distracted. Terraforming is my favorite part about Minecraft. It can make a build look 10 times better. Yeah. I've always really enjoyed terraforming. I didn't mean to refresh that. Always really enjoyed the terraforming aspect of Minecraft. Let me set up a little gradient over here to see what I can do. So I'm not going to use gravel. I do kind of like how that looks. I don't like this or gravel. So cobblestone. We'll add some mossy cobblestone as well. And then maybe some of that coal ore that somebody was talking about. I almost feel like coal ore is darker than the coral block, actually. I think that looks good from a distance. I don't know if I'm going to use coal ore, though. Yeah, I think if I get some vines, I'll definitely try to use them for the opening. I think that'll look cool. Yeah, terraforming can get a little tiring, a little exhausting for sure. Let me see though, for the... So what gradient am I on? So let me add a little bit of coal ore to this. Just like a little bit. And then maybe some of that brain coral. I could honestly use coral. Coral is not too bad to get. Oh, I forgot which block I was using. Okay, hold on. No, hold on. So I need a little bit of cobblestone. What am I doing? I forgot what I was doing. I'm actually just having like the biggest brain fart of my entire life. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Okay. What's up, Longhorn? How you doing? Excited to see what you are going to come up with this hardcore season 2. So right now I have a little bit of builds planned out. I think I showed that last live stream, but I'm very excited too. Do you know if there's any way to destroy the trees to clear space for terraforming? There actually is. If you have like a forest there's the script brush right here. It's this weird looking icon. And then if you go from to preset and then go clear foliage. Right now I have this enabled, but you can actually just clear an entire forest using the script brush. And it clears like all the leaf litter and everything. Gotta use Axiom though. Very useful tool. So this will actually go. We'll add some brain coral. Actually, what was that gradient? Yeah, it's very useful. So I'm gonna go to, yeah, that brain coral. Add some cobblestone in there. And that should be good. That's a lot of coral. That is a very much a lot of coral. What's up, Brofo? I'm doing good. How are you doing? I don't know that this is gonna get any better looking. The coral, I think, helps a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it how it is, and I'm just going to go through by hand. I think that's looking decent, though. There's a little bit too much of the mossy cobblestone, so I'm going to have to change that. But other than that, I think it's looking good. In fact, I might change the mossy cobblestone to something else. You guys got to see how much better this would look. I need acacia wood. Oh my god, it looks so much better. Thank you. I think it's looking good. I think it's looking good. I don't know. I guess I probably don't need that. I just need to texture it, the rest by hand. Yeah. I often get caught up with a lot of the small details. I think I can go through here and texture like all day if I really wanted to. There's only a little bit of coal. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but I think it's pretty cool looking. Pretty cool looking. All right, right. Yeah, I think the coral's cool. Gives it a nice age. Also, I think they just updated the particle rain mod. And they added these like look at that. Look how cool that looks. It's very distracting. But it looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's just for thunderstorms. See you later, Mr. Giraffe. That is loud. I'll probably end the stream here in a little bit. Probably go for another like 30 minutes. We'll see. Yeah, I might need a wool farm. I don't know. It's not that much. We'll see. I think the coral's a little bit much. I'm definitely going to go through and texture this by hand a lot. Did I forget light gray wool? No, I didn't. There's definitely a lot of things I can do by hand. Maybe even use the painter tool. Some of these need to blend in a little bit better. Yeah, I'm gonna use light Matica. I'm used to doing all this texturing stuff by hand anyways. It might be better. It's a good base to work with though, instead of having to do it all by hand. So that does get a little painful. Something I can also do is use the other deep slate texture to add in a different, like a shadow, kind of. In fact, I think that would go closer to where the tuff is. Just add another block in the mix there. That's the coolest thing about the deep slate block. There's like multiple deep slate textures that you can utilize. Like even that alone I think looks a lot better. So we've had 2 CJs join the stream, and that's my real name, so isn't that interesting? Tuff isn't a deep slate? Kinda, yeah. I like Tuff. It's not a great terraforming block, like the variants, but Tuff as like just a block in general is probably the best in the game right now. Okay, so I think that's looking good. I like the coral. From a distance, the coral definitely looks pretty nice. It gives it like a different color in general. I don't know how to explain it, but it gives it like a... I think that's more like a warm texture, which I like. How long have you been playing Minecraft? I don't know the exact timeline of me playing Minecraft, but I've been playing since the PS3, the good old PS3 days. So let's say a decade, maybe? Over a decade? Probably since I was like 11. So like about a decade, about 10 years. There's not a ton of coal, so I think I should be able to get away with using that as a block. In fact, maybe at the end I can go through and add a little bit more of it in certain sections. I don't really use coal as a terraforming block ever. I might end up going through and removing it, but we'll see. We'll use it for now. I've never really used coral for terraforming until now, though. Until the... over there. Iron ore could be useful. Just feel like I don't know how I'm gonna get that much. The problem is just gathering the iron ore. Otherwise, it could be useful as well. It's just... Such a painful process to gather all that, I think. So up here, as it gets closer to the grass that's up here, or gonna be up here, I'm gonna add a little bit more mossy cobblestone in big patches, and maybe some patches of tuff as well. For me, I like the coral, but in a lot of these spots, I think I need to remove it a little bit. Like, I don't really want the coral to be over in here. I think it stands out too much. Green concrete, that's going to be grass up there. Going to be grass and probably some moss. Going to use a little mix of them. I'm going to put a castle up there too. Where was I at? Right here. I'm kind of glad I learned to use auto shade though. It saves me a ton of time. I don't know, I'm thinking I might end up just removing the coal ore. I don't think it serves a big purpose. It's not very common in here, so... Yeah, coral's definitely a darker block, but I also kind of like it being a pop of color as well, because it adds a little bit of color to the cliffs that I like. Also, something I could do is add in some more patches of green concrete, or that's terracotta. Green concrete to an area like this. And just adding in more patches of green could make it look nice. There's not a lot of areas to do that though. It's kind of the problem. Maybe right there could look nice. That's something I like about cliffs and mountains, is the patches of green and stuff. Like an area down here, I could terraform up a little bit different. Yeah, I'm gonna probably add some vines as well. Yeah, those patches of green I think look pretty cool. Maybe have a little patch down here as well. Maybe one right here. See what this ends up looking like. That's nice, that's nice. And then once I add that, adding in the mossy cobblestone underneath it in patches just blends it into the mountain a little bit more. Or the cliffs, which is looking nice. Also, this area is not going to matter too much now that I really think about it, because there is going to be a big skull right there. For anybody that's new in the stream, I am going to be putting this in here somewhere. I accidentally just rotated it like 180 degrees. Didn't mean to do that. But this is something I cooked up in a creative copy. And that's going to sit somewhere right there. Something like that. But I'm going to have to change the texturing up for it and make it lighter colored. Maybe using some clay. But this is what the build's going to be. Yeah, I think that placement is good. I might honestly just keep that and then just texture it how it is right now. I kind of like that it blends in a little bit too, though. Down here, I might change. I just didn't know how to get the actual jaw shape right, but it looks fine. Yeah, I'm thinking some whiter tones up here. I'm going to add some grass to the top of it, but for like an area like on this side. Yeah, maybe some like diorite, some clay. Bone blocks too, maybe a little bit. Thinking, I don't want it to be just white though. Yeah, I was actually gonna do that. I was gonna add a waterfall to the eyeballs. I don't know if I'm gonna do that anymore though. I don't think I will. We'll see though. I might just leave that though and then texture it later on because I do like that placement. Yeah, I'll add some. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, white terracotta would actually work. Maybe in patches. I just don't think I can get that block really easily. That's looking cool though. The only thing is I textured this up and I won't easily be able to retexture it. So I'm gonna have to do that by hand. Let me see. Let's add. It's a good block to use. Maybe I'll just go through with clay at first. The painter. So let me just go. Clay's very gray, or like a blue tone. Let's see. I might honestly have to just redo the texturing on the skull. Sadly. It's gonna be pretty hard to do though. Actually, something I could magic selected. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do cliffs around the island and make it very terraformed. See if this works. Actually, I don't think this will work. I don't know what I'm doing. That's not what I meant to do. No, that does work. Okay. If you could add darker shadows, it would make the lighter colors pop. Yeah. I think that's something too. I think I'm just going to retexture it in general. I didn't texture this with the knowledge of what the actual cliffs look like, so I think going back and redoing it is a good idea. So how do I select this? Confirm. Now replace. Okay. Just gonna replace all of these full blocks with just white concrete. There's probably an easier way to do this, but that's okay. Okay, I think I got every block now. An underwater build? Don't know what I'd do. Maybe like an underwater shipwreck. I think an underwater shipwreck could be cool. Maybe an underwater storage system. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. Probably. So now if I auto shade this. So the angle for the sun I want to put probably... where do I want the shadows to be in this? Might look better if it's just something like this. Do custom. Okay. Yeah, I think that would look better. I think that would blend in a little bit more to the cliff, or blend in less to the cliff, I guess. Because now there's going to be a shadow around it, which will make it stick out a little bit less or more, which is what I'm going for. I'm thinking I might do the white first this time. And get that block palette down. I don't know how often I'm gonna stream. Usually it's just kind of random. Honestly, there's not really any... You can't really expect it. It's very random. Thank you, Lily Built, for the idea of just adding more shadows. I think that looks better. So let me try to add clay. Maybe... What's up, Cuckoo? How you doing? So I use this texturing on the like ruined castle that I built one time. The automatic farm ruined castle. I think adding in that little bit of diorite looks cool. Maybe I can add a little bit more of that. My render distance right now, I'm actually using a mod called Voxy. So right now my render distance is 224. And it's not really changing how laggy the game is because it uses LODs. So from a distance, it just, like, there's not a ton of pixels. But when you zoom in, you can see the detail. It's very cool. See, like, there's not really any detail to the blocks until you zoom in. So you can have a really, really high render distance without it lagging your game. You haven't streamed in a long time, right? Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Let's see what this looks like. I might have to add some more highlights, actually. That was the first voice crack, alright? First one, and it was a slight one. We'll see, though. I think adding some more highlights could work better. So if I go into the auto shade, actually, let me increase that white up a little bit. Increase the white. Decrease those. Yeah, I think that's I think that's good. What's up, Cooper? How you doing? Thank you for the 4 months. Alpha is home? Who are you referring to? Some of the cliffs could also use darker shadows around the skull with the light source still there. That would make the lighter colors kind of work, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. With the skull being there, some like shadows like underneath and around it, for sure. So let me figure this out and then I'll start texturing up the cliffs around it too. Definitely some good ideas. What's that? And then we have light gray. Now I gotta do cobblestone. Okay. Got back into contact with an old friend. That's nice. Hopefully things are going good. Do you have some like high quality of life mods recommendations? Because I want to start making a survival world, but I want to use some mods without changing the game like crazy. My mod list is in the Discord. But if I go through my mods, what's like a good one? Quality of life. There's a ton of performance mods. If you're building quality of life is Axiom and Lightmatica. Mouse tweaks is a good one. And then the shulker box mods, the drop 2, and then the tooltip is good. Zoomify is a good one to add. And then the better F3 mod is good. Those are all good mods. This is, I guess, the entrance to the island, in a way. Spawn proofing for farms? Maybe just glow lichen. Guess it depends. Go tough. Let me use horn coral and see what that looks like. Trying to use some coral this build. Like, I don't see too many people using coral for terraforming, but I honestly think it's a pretty cool block. Let's see what that looks like. I think that looks better. I think the coral blends doesn't blend in like super well, or not the coral, the clay. We'll see though. I think if I control X the entire build, no, that's not how that works. Keep this for now, though. Basalt. I just don't feel like collecting basalt, to be honest. Maybe I'll end up just using it. Maybe I'll just give up and use basalt. It's not even that bad to collect. I just don't want to go to the nether. What did it just do? Oh. I accidentally copied it instead of cutting it, but I guess that's better. Add layers for waterfall. That could be cool. Maybe on like one of the other sides of the build. I'm just worried about like if a waterfall is on this face, that it would take away from the skull thing. That's cool though. And then yeah, like behind it on the cliffs, behind here, I'll add some shadows using some like tough and deep slate. Add some cobble deep slate. These parts aren't really getting a ton of sunlight. So definitely got to add some shadows in here. I think that's looking good though, especially from this angle. Okay. Definitely gonna go through with some tough to blend this in. Add some coral in there too. When are you starting the world? I haven't started the new world, but I've started creative planning it. Yeah, that looks a little bit better behind there. Sorry, I haven't checked chat. Basalt is such a great block, but I hate the nether. Yep. What if you made a waterfall? I didn't answer that one. I did answer it. Looks sick, man. Yes. What if the skull's mouth was open, using it as an entrance? I mean, kind of. I didn't want to make the bottom half of the like jaw area. Just kind of wanted to be this without like that. I'm thinking maybe this. I don't know. I feel like the proportions are looking good though. I didn't want to make the bottom half of it. I actually am using a reference image for this. And it didn't have it. Might sound crazy, but what do you think about increasing the size of the goal to match the scope of the terrain? Like the skull? Man, I already built this up. I'm not increasing the size of it. The only thing is I have to hollow it out completely. Should have done that before I started texturing up everything. Because I have to put an iron farm in here. But I was thinking though, here in the eyeballs, that, what was it? Like there's like the water, some sort of way for the iron to fall out of here. I don't have plans for trees, but maybe up here there'll be some trees. I don't know. We'll see. This isn't looking good. Honestly, I think the scale of the skull is actually perfect. If anything, maybe a little bit too big. But I'm gonna put more mountains, so I don't think it'll matter. Also, this isn't the skull. I just realized that. So all the texturing I just did just doesn't matter. Because I accidentally pasted the wrong one. But that's fine, right? I can rectify this mistake easily, actually. Let me do this. So the other one will be like the placement, but if I just put this one over it, it should be fine. Yeah, the mouth, I don't know if it's proportioned correctly. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I think that's right. I actually don't know if I like that more anyways. I actually kind of like I like that one more. Some hanging vines in the back and from the skull's mouth. Yeah, I'm gonna add some vines, definitely. And actually, like, the top of the skull here is gonna be it's going to be the green concrete. Like, going down. It's gonna look something like this, I think. It's gonna blend in a little bit better, but I'm gonna keep working on it. Yeah, the seed is public. It's called the Void. But now that I got this somewhat figured out, I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm just gonna end the stream here, though. We've gone for about 2 hours. Gotta get something to eat. It's dinner time. Something bad happened with the first hardcore map. Don't want the pink sheep. Haven't watched the last episode yet. Oh well, we should watch the last episode to see see for yourself if something bad happened. But I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for joining the stream.